Hello there, welcome to the history of consoles. We will be going over how consoles have had a massive impact on people's lives with them growing up, but what has led to the consoles we have now. We are here to find out what have caused consoles to be created and how they have improved to the ones that we have loved as we grew up. We will be covering the first console with how it was created and who created it. You may be wondering what started it all. Maybe who started it? Well, it all starts in 1951 with a company called Sanders Associates and their engineer Ralph H. Baer. While he was building a television set, he came up with the idea to build something into a television set that the owner could control in addition to its normal function of receiving signals from a remote television station. Before we go into the details of how Baer created the Magnavox Odyssey, I will be showing you a clip from Scene World's interview with Ralph H. Baer, so we can get to know more about the creator.
Today we are interviewing Ralph Baer, who is known for being the inventor of video gaming. Hello, Ralph.
Hello there. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Pleasure to meet you too. Thanks for allowing us to interview you. So, tell us a bit about yourself, about what makes you famous, so that the people who don't know you get an idea about who you are from your perspective.
Well, I wish a few people less would know me, because I'm so busy answering mail and email, I have no time for anything else. I've been a television tech engineer, first a technician, engineer, for many, many years. I'm 91 years old, still work, still crank out new toys and games. I don't know whether you remember some of my games, because many of them went into Germany. The game Simon, for example, 1978, that became, what was the German name for it?
Senso.
Yeah, right, yeah. Still around 40 years later in the stores in much more complex form. Okay. I graduated as a television engineer after World War II. I was in the Army for 3 years, and all self-taught. I went to school, got a degree in television engineering, so I've built television studio equipment, I've built television receivers, so I know both sides of the equation.
We will be going over how Baer came up with his idea to create the first game console known as Magnavox Odyssey. Baer came up with the idea of something that could control in addition to its normal function of receiving signals from a remote television station while building a television. In a kill screen article of an interview with Baer, it shows Baer's response to being asked why did you end up creating the first Magnavox Odyssey, allowing us to know more about the creation of Magnavox Odyssey. This led to Baer investigating on how to create but also play games on a television. Baer got help from two of his colleagues, Bill Harrison and Bill Rusk. They created several video game test units until they created the Brown Box, which was a prototype which allowed there to be multiplayer and multi-program video game system. We will be going over what company ended up producing the Magnavox Odyssey. In 1969, after Baer was rejected by several companies, he went back to Magnavox to try to convince them to have another look at the console, which went very successful as most of the executives were happy with it and even interested in the console. This was then taken to the vice president of Magnavox Console Products Planning, Jerry Martin, was in favor, and Magnavox agreed to produce the console. After a long period of negotiations, the two companies finally signed an agreement in January 1971. George Kent and his team turned the prototype into the final product. We will be having a look at the advert for the Magnavox Odyssey.
Magnavox presents Odyssey, the electronic game of the future. Odyssey easily attaches to any brand TV, black and white or color, to create a closed-circuit electronic playground. Odyssey gives you all the exciting action of hockey and 11 other challenging play and learning games for the entire family. Odyssey, a new dimension for your television, now at your Magnavox dealer. He's listed in the yellow pages.